Hi, Karen. So to get this font to follow the curve of the wave, first thing I'm just going to do is I'm just going to create a blank, or just not a blank layer, but a white layer, just so there's no distractions on the screen. You don't necessarily need to follow along with that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press P on the keyboard as my quick key for the pen tool. P as in pen. And in my tools bar, I do want to make sure I'm on the pen tool and not another variation of that. So I just want to give a quick overview of this. It's not something I use a lot. It's a really powerful tool in Photoshop, perhaps something you might look into further at some point. But I just want to give a very simple sense of how this works. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to click to create a point, and the next point I'm going to click and I'm going to hold down that click on that mouse. Because while I'm holding down, I have the option to drag out and make a curve, any kind of curve I would really like. What I find is when I click another point, I find that sometimes it has this strange double curve that I don't necessarily always like. So the way I like to handle that is, first off, I'm going to press escape twice on the keyboard just to exit out of that. I'm going to make my first 2 points again. And that last point that I made, I'm going to press Option on a Mac, that should be Alt on a PC, and I'm going to click on that, and that now lets me go in any direction I would like. Seems a little bit more intuitive than the other method. And so I can keep clicking and dragging and making this however I would like. So again, a very minimal overview on how that tool works. I don't think that you're going to need a huge grasp on how that tool works to make this work for you. So again, I'm going to press escape twice just to get out of that. I'm going to throw away my blank layer. Again, that white layer was just to visually simplify the screen so I could show you that tool. While I'm on that tool, I'm still on the pen tool, I'm going to click just underneath the wave, and then underneath the top of it, and then click towards the bottom, and I'm just going to click and drag to follow the contour of that wave. And I don't think you need to, but if you wanted to go further up the wave, I could press Option on a Mac, Alt on a PC on that last point, and then click further up the wave and make this curve to extend out there. I could even go all the way to the end if I wanted. Again, you may not need to necessarily go that far. And now, once you've established this path, you can go to your type tool, and I'm going to zoom into this a little bit. Notice the icon of this type tool. It's got this dotted square around it. Notice how that changes whenever I put that icon over the path itself. And it has this kind of strange curve line, and it's suggesting that whenever I click here, it's going to use this path as the direction of the font. So I'm going to zoom out, and I'm going to make sure I'm on a different font than you are, because you have a font that I don't have downloaded. I do want to make sure that I'm on left justify before I start this process. And once I'm there, I can just click on that path, and now I can just type in whatever I'm trying to type in. Sometimes getting those letters around the curve, they seem to block up a little bit. Very simply, I could just put a space between each of those to give a little bit more breathing room. Of course, you can go to your characters panel to have some more options to that. But I think that's kind of what you're looking for. So hopefully that helps. And sincerely, keep asking your questions. I'm happy to help. Take care.